Hey guys, today I'm going to do a quick overview on how to install VMware ESXi on VirtualBox. So I went ahead, went to VMware.com. You will need a My VMware account login in order to download the ISOs. Um, but once you do, you can create one. It's free, and then once you do, typically I'll go to products A through Z, and then I'll scroll down to da, 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 VMware vSphere HyperVisor ESXi, and go ahead and download that. Um, so I have it already downloaded. So I will go ahead and open up VirtualBox here. Go to New, and if you guys know me already, I have a specific drive and folder that I usually drop all my virtual machines in. For this ESXi, my game plan for the foreseeable future is to scale it out to a little mini domain. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop it into this folder called Vatican Domain, and then this is the folder I created that I called it, and so it's gonna get dropped into here. So I'll go ahead and copy and paste that name in here. So the type, we're in an expert mode. Um, I know some of you might be used to the guided mode, but I typically jump into expert mode. So we'll go back and do everything again here. Yeah, you can do whatever you're comfortable with, but for the most part, I'll do expert mode. All right, drop it in there. There's my name. All right, so then type is going to be Linux, I believe, and it is going to be an other Linux because I don't believe there's VMware. No. All right. I believe it's going to be other Linux 64-bit. So we'll go ahead and drop it in there. Okay, so now gets the interesting thing. Like again, this is my first time doing this, so bear with me. Um, so I plan on doing a nested VM. So anyone who knows what that means, probably it's pretty much you're gonna create a VM and then create another VM inside there. So um, this ESXi host should run my little mini domain. So what I'm thinking I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to allocate um, probably the full amount of memory that I may need. Now, this machine that I have, um, I do not have as much memory as I would like, and I am in the process of researching um, some to get some more memory for this machine. But for the meantime, so let me go to that. I have the memory calculator here. I want to assign about 12 gigs to it, so that should be 12288. So 12288. I'm gonna assign about 12 gigs to it. That should, well, if this works, then I'll just go ahead and get some more memory and then I'll expand it out. Hopefully it should work. So my idea is that the ESXi host will have enough memory. Um, the ESXi host, the yeah, the ESXi host will have enough memory to run this little mini domain that I'm gonna build out. Um, yeah. So now going to the virtual hard disk. This is where it's gonna get interesting. So along this same line of thought, um, so typically, let me go ahead and create this. So typically, ESXi does not need a lot of memory, a lot of storage space. Give it about 10 gigs. But, and if you guys know me already, it's fixed size all the way. We can debate dynamically allocate it all you want in the comments, but I'm gonna do fixed size. All right, so but obviously, 10 gigs, I can't build any VMs inside of this nested virtual machine with 10 gigs. So, um, if my theory is correct, what I could do is I'll go ahead and allocate 10 gigs, install ESXi, blah blah blah, get it powered on and working, and then I believe I should be able to attach, to create, come back in here, create a new VDI disk for whatever storage size I need, mount it to the ESXi, and then once I'm in ESXi, um, go ahead and see that disk, those disks, and then I can go ahead and partition them as I need. I don't know if you guys follow me on that. I don't quite sure if I know if I follow myself. But anyways, we're just gonna start clicking and see what happens. All right, so 10 gigs, yep. VirtualBox disk image, yes. Fixed size, yes. Create. All right, so this should not take too long. Um, as you can see, my disk, my disk is actively working here. But these discs are SATA disk. I think they're 7200 RPM disc. So technically, it shouldn't take too long to create 10 gigs of drive space. Um, and then once it is done, we will go ahead and power it. This host. Oh, actually, we're gonna make some. We're gonna check the setting just to make sure everything looks legit. All right, cool. So there it is. There. Let's go to settings, and I don't know what that was. Uh, that looks good. That looks good. Whatever. That looks good. We do not need a floppy, and we'll scroll that down. I guess that looks about right. All right. So processor wise, um, well, so processor wise is going to be interesting. Man, I might need a. I only have 4 procs on this machine. Yeah, we might end up. We might end up getting an error sooner than we realize. Uh, let's give it 4 procs. This is gonna be fun. All right. Display left, right, start. Okay, so this is where, in theory, what I was telling you guys about adding another disk, but we'll get into that later. Network virtualization, we'll leave it that is right now. Won't mess with that. Oh wait, ooh, that's nice. Can emulate 3.0 USB. Ooh, sweet. Yeah, we'll turn that on. See what happens. I know it probably doesn't need to, but anyways. All right, so all that stuff looks good. Moment of truth. I'm either gonna blue screen my machine right now, or it's going to work. So I think I'm gonna get an error. Start. Oh yeah, you need the. ISO is blah blah blah. Cancel. ISO is. Where's my ISO? Where's my ISO? Let's go get the ISO. Um, oh, come on. Uh, it's, should be able to pull it. Uh, I'm going to. Yeah, there it is. All right. Need to add. Again, guys, first time doing this. Bear with me. All right. So apparently I need to click on add. And we are going to go with this here. VMware VM hypervisor installer. All right, cool. Uh, there it is. About 300 megabytes. We will choose that and we will start. So let's see what my CPU does here. Okay, so we're doing good. Yeah, we want it to install that. It's got this timer on it, so it's gonna run through that. I won't click on anything. CPU still looks good. Memory still looks good. All right. Um, CPU still holding. Ooh, we're getting up. Okay. Memory is holding. CPU is holding. Let's move this over so I can get a. There, look. Ethernet is going all crazy. All right. Mm-mm-mm. So, okay, memory's moving here. Oh yeah, memory is moving. All right, we have all right, so it's detected the Ryzen quad core with the 12 gigs of memory. Again, guys, hey, I know you guys are probably gonna knock me in the comments about the processor. Hey, this is a machine I had built a few months ago, or maybe a year or so ago, and just lying around. So I just wanted to make use of it a little bit, and I might be adding some more resources to this in the near future, but just for right now. All right, so welcome to ESXi. Got it. So we're gonna click inside of here. As you can tell, the mouse disappeared. So we want to basically just saying, hey, there's specific hardware that is on VMware's compatibility guide, which is supported. So FYI, we are going to say enter on that. And then there's their EULA end user licensing agreement. I believe we will hit F11 to agree. So it's going to do some scanning there. It's going to see the 10 gig. All right. That should be good. So we are going to hit enter to continue. US default keyboard sounds good. Enter to continue. All right. Root password. I will go ahead and type in my super secret password that do match. Great. All right. So I forgot to tell you guys before starting this. Make sure you enable virtualization in your BIOS or your UEFI firmware of the machine that you're running. Otherwise, here I got some warnings, which should be good, but you could possibly get hit with some errors on this also. Um, and basically one of those errors will dictate that, hey, you have not enabled virtualization on your physical machine in the firmware, so it will not be able to proceed. So with the warnings, you can continue, but with an error, it will not allow you to continue. All right, so these are warnings. Uh, we do have virtualization enabled, uh, so I will probably disregard that first warning. And then unsupported devices. Yeah, so of course, this is a VMware product um, with a Oracle VirtualBox um, hypervisor. So yeah, it's let's just say this is not a validated configuration using a VMware hypervisor with an Oracle hypervisor. But we are going to do it anyway. So hit enter on that to bypass those warnings. So yeah, it's just telling you, hey, we're going to do this install. Do you wish to continue? F11. Yes, sir. Alrighty, so we are rolling here. Let's see if any disk usage goes through. Memory still. Oh, CPU's rolling. CPU went up. Yeah, CPU's up. We're holding pretty much at on the memory side. Yeah, uh, I am definitely about to do some damage to this machine here with the limited resources that I have. But oh well. Yeah, quad core processor. I know probably should not be touching virtualization unless you have at least a probably like 8 cores. All right, so we have successfully completed this. Let's click back in here. It's good for 60 days evaluation. Then you'll need a license. All right, so we need to remove the installation media. To do that, host key, and we will unmount. Remove this from virtual dive. I guess that's what I need to do. All right, it's not there. Good. So we will unmount, and let's go ahead and press enter to reboot. So it's gonna go ahead and reboot here. And once it reboots, um, we should be at the menu screen. CPU still holding, memory still holding, so we are making progress here. And then once it's in, I'm going to we might set a static IP. All right, so we've got to the menu screen. I don't know if you guys have seen this screen before, if you're familiar with it. So you've got two IPs, one an IPv4, another one IPv6. Let's go ahead and turn off IPv6. So to do that, you will hit the F2 key and then log in with the password, the super secret password that you created initially. And we will go down to configure management network, I believe. Was it network adapters? Probably not that one. VLANs, IPv6 configuration, disable. So we will check that by this with the space key, and we will hit enter. So that should disable that, and then we will escape out of that. We want to confirm, so it's going to ask us to reboot to confirm. So let's restart, and then on this restart, we should now only have the IPv4 address. Um, which I wonder if we'll be able to hit that address um, from my browser here. So let's see what we got. I might need a. Right now, the network is set to NAT. I might need to set it to bridged, so it pulls something that I should be able to hit. I don't believe this is gonna work, but hey, that's why you guys have me to try things out for you, and we'll find out if it works or not. Wait for all these services to start. All right, cool. So we're back at the menu screen. So now we only have the IPv4 address. So now, if I open up browser and I try to navigate to 10.0.2.15, yeah, I didn't think so. It wasn't gonna work. All right, cool. Which makes sense because there's no way for my IP address on this machine to talk to this one just yet. Um, so in order to do that, we will. I could actually do a lot more configuration with this, but just to speed things up here, we will go ahead and shut this machine down. No VMs are running yet, so we will hit F2 to shut down. So once it shuts down, we're going to go back into the settings of this, and we are going to configure the network to be bridged. Sweet. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right. So once that is set, we will now power it back on. And if if uh, if my logic is correct, we should get a different IP address that is actually tied to my home network here. Um, Sorry if this video is extending a little bit too long. Um, we shouldn't be that much. We shouldn't have that much further to go. Um, and then I'll probably end it. All right, so we are loading the menu screen here, and once it loads, we'll check the IP and see if we can hit it from a browser. Services are starting, and all right. So now we got a more logical IP here. So we will attempt to navigate to that one, 10.0.27. Boom. All right. So we are getting hit with a certificate warning, which is correct because we do not have a certificate yet. And there we go, guys. We are at the hypervisor web UI, which we will use our root login. And boom. You can choose to join their customer experience program. I will not. Uh, and there we go, guys. So we are here. Um, you can tell this is the VMware splash screen, their management screen, and you can see CPU, memory, and storage, which we will attempt to modify here in a little bit. But I believe that is it. We will go ahead and end it here. All right, thanks guys for sticking with me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the bottom